Hey everyone, it's Random, and today I have for you guys an awesome K.E.M Strike. So this is the most random K.E.M Strike that I've had on this game so far, and probably one of the most random ones that I'm actually going to get on this game. So I'm using a gun that I've never used before this gameplay. I'm playing on Stonehaven, which is a map I don't even play at all. I just avoid it at all costs. And also I'm playing on Kill Confirmed, which is a game type I don't play at all. So this is a very, very random gameplay. And the gun I'm using in this game is the MR-28 Marksman Rifle. And this gameplay was just absolutely awesome to get. Because I was using a gun I just never used before on a map I dislike. So to get a K.E.M Strike is pretty impressive. And it's actually not that bad a time for a K.E.M Strike as well. To take into account the map that I'm playing. So this K.E.M Strike is 4 minutes 15 seconds long. So that is a really decent time in my opinion for a K.E.M Strike on this map. Because I just don't play that often. I don't know where the spawns are. But I was sitting at the top side of the map for the majority of this K.E.M Strike. And it seemed to work very well. Because the enemy team just seemed to spawn around me. And I was using Amplify and they weren't using Dead Silence at all. So it was quite easy. And I was surprised I got this K.E.M Strike because I was playing, I think, 4 or 5 snipers in this game. And generally when I play snipers I always die. And there was a time in this K.E.M Strike where I didn't know where I was getting shot from. And he had 3 or 4 shots at me before I even noticed he was shooting at me. And then I fired my entire clip into him and missed every single bullet on him. And he still kept missing me, and then I eventually killed him. So it could kind of be down to the lobby, but for me, getting a K.E.M Strike on this map is a challenge. And also using a gun that I don't use very often as well is a challenge. So it's a really, really decent gameplay for me. And the class that I'm using in this game is pretty much the standard class in terms of perks and specialists that I use on my assault rifles. So I'm using Stalker, Dead Silence, Amplify, Scavenger and Focus as my main perks. And I'm using Specialist as per usual. The 3 perks I earn are Hardline, Deadeye and Sleight of Hand. And then at 14 kills I get Marathon, Quick Draw and Off the Grid. So that's pretty much the standard stuff that I tend to use. And I did try a couple of setups on other marksman rifles, but I didn't really see any point in using any other sight. So I thought I'd just put on this MR-28, the red dot and the extended mags, because that's just like a setup that can't really fail you that much. So that's what I put on, and it did work for me in this gameplay. The only thing I would say I dislike about this weapon is the fact that they've made it so you can't shoot as quickly as you want with these marksman rifles. So there is a cap on how fast this gun shoots. So it's kind of a problem in a way at close quarters, because if you ran around a corner into an enemy, you probably get about 2 bullets off at most. And if you're very lucky and they're not very good at shooting, you probably get 3 bullets off. So you'd have to be very accurate. There are times in this where I run around a corner and there's a dude there. And I do manage to kill them every time, obviously, to get the K.E.M Strike. But I literally fired 2 or 3 bullets and he'd fired loads at me. So you have to be very accurate with this weapon at close range. And I wouldn't recommend using this gun on a map like Freight or Strike Zone, because you're not going to do very well, because it just doesn't shoot quick enough, especially if you come across 2 or 3 people at the same time at close quarters. You're just not going to win a gunfight at all. But I definitely recommend you give these marksman rifles a try, because they're quite fun to use, even though they do have their problems, because they can be quite inaccurate from range, and also they're not the best from close range. But I always like to challenge myself by getting K.E.M Strikes and gameplays with guns which really aren't good in comparison to others like the assault rifles in this game. So if you want a challenge, try these guns out. Because they are quite fun to use and it's quite a challenge as well, which is always good. And I was very, very lucky to get this gameplay in the end, because literally as soon as I get this K.E.M Strike, 5 or 10 seconds later, I literally lag off Xbox Live and get disconnected for a couple of minutes, because I was having connection issues during this game. So I was very lucky to get this. But anyway guys, I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like rating, because it is a really decent K.E.M Strike with quite a hard gun to use. And I will see you guys tomorrow with hopefully another live commentary, because I want to get into the swing of getting them. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.